Welcome to the Do You Get podcast.
Because I don't think they get.
I actually get, but do they get?
No, they don't get. Do you get that they don't get?
They
that
don't get
that
this
they don't get.
philosophy. They
No,
don't get this philosophy.
They don't
that
get it.
We
You don't get it. If you don't get it, forget about it.
Hello. Welcome to the Do You Get podcast. And this is Florence.
Hi guys, it's Simi. How are you guys doing? How are you doing, Florence?
I'm doing okay.
Okay, cool. So today we have a special guest in the studio. We have Chika Zinny and Awele right beside me here.
Hi.
So we decided to bring our friends on the podcast to talk about all things, friendship and just to have fun together, basically. Yeah. So how are you guys doing? How was your week?
It was long, but I'm here. Thank God.
Yes.
Doing great. I don't remember a single thing that happened to me this week.
Okay.
And I don't plan to.
Yeah, same with Chika. It's been long, but can't complain. We thank God.
Yeah, we thank God. So we're going to move into our blind leading blind section, which is where we read out the dilemmas we've gotten this week. And as always, we love hearing from you guys. So make sure you send in your dilemmas anonymously with the link in our Instagram bio. But yeah, we have 3 beautiful dilemmas today.
Beautiful.
And the first one, I feel like we should call in someone who has, more experience and would have more sage, wisdom to offer our fellow person. So I'm going to call my older sister, and then we'll read the dilemma. Okay. Cool. Hello.
Hi.
Okay, so to me, we got a dilemma, and I feel like you would have good advice to give. So I called you to give some advice. Are you ready?
Sure, I guess.
Okay. So I'm going to read it out now. I'm a 23-year-old woman who has a silly crush on a 39-year-old man. Now it looks like
You said 39.
Yeah, 39, like 39, and she's 23. Okay. Now it looks like my crush is not one-sided, and I'm freaking out. It definitely feels like he's pushing for a deeper relationship, and I'm honestly not sure how I got here. I'm so close to ghosting him for good, but he's an amazing person, and I want him in my life. Help! ! So this is serious.
Sorry, I'm confused. In the let's leave the age for now. I'm coming back.
Okay.
She had a crush, and now the crush is mutual, and she's confused. Like, I don't know what was going to be the outcome of the crush.
I think it's like she's pining. She was like, "Oh, this guy
Or
is
maybe
cute."
is it kind of like maybe I had a crush on, I don't know, Chris Evans, and then he decided to answer me, and I became
Exactly, maybe like you're like, "Oh, I never experienced this."
Okay. What I would say about the age thing. Leave 39. The man is 40. Why does a 40-year-old want to date a 23-year-old? What do they have in common?
Thank you. Because I was literally.
They're not in the same phase of life.
Yeah, I don't
The
know.
phases of life are. He was in second year of uni when she was born.
Jesus.
Let me put this into perspective.
But obviously, it also depends on what kind of 23-year-old she is.
True.
Me at 23, see me currently at 23. Can't date a 40-year-old.
I can't.
I think it also depends on like her mindset and what she wants for her life. What she wants for what she wants. Obviously, because I'm not gonna judge. They're both adults and consenting, and that's all that's important.
Right.
But it also depends on like what phase she is in her life. Because somebody that is 40, he's gonna try and be settling down in a year and like having kids and stuff. Is he ready to have kids and start driving Range Rover to pick up do school runs at 23?
Nobody said you had Range Rover. I can have Honda Accord.
But then no, but seriously, like just think about it because it might be funny, but like 23, she now has to be doing. My husband has not eaten, my son has not eaten. Like, is she ready for that kind of responsibility?
I mean, it doesn't sound like it. She says she's not sure how she got there, and she wants to ghost him. But she wants him in her life. So
I don't like people that ghost people. Ghosting is not nice. Ghosting is not fair. It's so like it's better to have because I'm a very like expressive person, so I'd rather just tell you like listen is not working.
Right. Yeah.
Don't ghost people. It's not fair. It's not nice. But I mean, if she's confused, I feel like she should make a pros and cons list like Ross in Friends, and make a list of why she could potentially be with him. Leave the age. I not leave the age part, but like ultimately leave the age part and like focus on him as a person,
right?
And see if like it actually works for her. Because if it's just the age, ultimately they are both adults. The age is just
a number.
Not to be cliche, it's a number. But like she should weigh the pros and cons and ultimately do what's best for her. Like because also crushes they do be fleeting.
That's true.
So not to make life unless it's Chris Evans, but not to make lifetime commitments on crush, But I think those are my thoughts.
All right.
Thank you. I mean, I was going to say, she should date him, like, and go to that, like, show. What's that show on Snapchat called? I was looking for it.
Oh, Love Don't Judge.
Love Don't Judge. That's what she should do. That's my advice.
No, I definitely agree. I think she just needs to look at, like, outside of age, look like, do I actually want this man? And is this the person I want to spend the
what
rest
else does
of
she
my
like
life
about him besides crushing him?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, people do.
Also, I was gonna say the last thing, she should also investigate why she's not dating his age mate.
That's a good point.
Do what?
Investigate why is he not dating his own age mates.
Oh, because I was going to say, I think it's perfectly normal to have like crushes on these older figures in your life. I just think it's a little suspicious when they reciprocate. You're 40.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Totomi, for this amazing advice, and hopefully we hear good things. All right. I'll talk to you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you for coming.
Okay. So we're going to move on to our next dilemma. I'm excited. Okay. It's a bit of a long one, so just get ready. Stay with me, please. Okay. I've liked this guy, we'll call him Bob, for about a year and a half now, and I've gotten mixed signals from him. Though Bob is the embodiment of pretty much everything I would ideally want in a man, he's tall, handsome, dark skinned, very intelligent.
Did you say me?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Shares my faith background and is incredibly kind.
That's lovely.
Right? Since I'm confused about how he feels about me, I kind of assume that he probably isn't super interested in me romantically. Recently, I met another guy, we'll call him Aaron. We're not quite dating, but we've been texting a lot for the past week and a half. He seems very interested in me, and he's a really great guy with a big heart. But the thing is, I still have feelings for Bob. I don't. That all was not real. I don't want to just wait around for Bob though. So I also want to give Aaron a chance, even though I'm not really attracted to him. I feel kind of guilty for this though. Is it bad to entertain something with someone who you aren't attracted to because they value you more than the person you are actually attracted to?
Okay.
Wait, can you remind us again why did she feel Bob wasn't interested in her?
That's the thing. She just feels that way. She just assumed.
Trust your guts.
Well, I'm all about open communication, even though I feel like talking about that would be like really difficult. You know, you just gotta do it. You know, if you really like Bob and you want to have a relationship with him, maybe having that open communication will be worth it, even though it might be like scary. But you never know what might happen in the end. You never.
And if you reject you, you're gonna sleep.
Exactly.
Then you go to Aaron.
Don't do that, Aaron.
No. In this case, I feel like if you're just spending time with Aaron for spending time's sake, you're low-key wasting his time.
Exactly.
Because Aaron really likes you, and then you don't like him back, so you're just wasting time there. And then with Bob, I completely agree with Chika that like open communication is probably the best way. Because like even if you find out he's not interested, at least now you know, instead of just assuming in your head that there's no possibility of you guys ever being together, you know for sure this is why it can't happen, or this is why it's taking so long. Because at this point you're already a year into your friendship. It's not like as if you guys just met last month and you want to know today, are we together? Are we going to be together? Everything. So I feel like communication is honestly the best way forward, and I genuinely think if you're not as interested in Aaron, please let the boy
No, I think talk to Aaron first, because you've held yourself accountable to him by entertaining him. I think
you started
so,
already.
which is why I feel like talk to Aaron, tell him, Oga, sorry.
Quick question: does Aaron think that she may like him back? Does that make sense?
She's entertaining it, so he's probably you're leading him on at this point now.
Like Simi said, talk to Aaron.
I mean, but did she say that she's been like, because if it's just like, oh, this is just like a friend or like someone that you met that you can just see that they like you, but you're trying to like maintain this kind of friendship and you're not sure if you want to like go over the edge, because it's like, how do we know for sure that she's exactly leading him on, if not like just being a decent human being?
Because I feel like she said we're not quite dating, meaning we're talking. That's
like
what I
she's
take from
enjoying
that.
the attention.
Yeah,
in the meantime.
That's what it say. We're not quite dating. Like, okay, he's not my boyfriend, but we're talking, and we know, like, okay, this is something we're exploring. That's what that's what I'm taking from that sentence. We're not quite dating, but we've been texting a lot.
They talking, talk from now. Talking. Please free that man, I beg.
I think definitely talk to both of them and give them space, but I think once you talk to both of them and see where you stand, you know, if things go south with Bob, this is not me saying use Aaron as a rebound, but this is me saying like I very much think it's possible to, I guess, fall in love quote unquote, but like after spending more time with each other. So like, you know, give him some space, give yourself space, like, you know, heal. But you don't have to rule out Aaron immediately. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You never know, like something may blossom.
Yeah.
At the end of this.
Everybody's you
But
never
give
know.
him
Yeah.
flower. Bob, like we're talking like it's over.
Yeah.
Hopefully it goes well, Queen.
Yeah. But don't hide from Aaron that you have Bob. Oh. Don't keep Aaron waiting. Oh. That's not what I say. Confess. But then take time depending on what happens.
Yeah. So the main thing, communication.
Yes.
Yeah, start with that.
Yeah.
Communicate.
Okay, lovely. Our last and final dilemma.
Hey.
What do you do when your guy friend likes you and keeps trying to make moves?
If you don't like him, what are you going to do?
I mean, I don't know if the person likes them or not. It's just what do you do if they like you? So what do you do if they like you? And then we can talk about what to do if you don't like them.
Yeah,
I mean, what
so
to do
like,
if you like them,
Yeah.
and then what to do if you don't.
Yeah.
First of all, ask yourself, do you like them? what will you do?
I think either way you have to talk to them now. Like,
yeah, but like it's like
we need to address this.
It's like, what kind of question is that? Like, okay, like
Yeah.
if you don't like it,
I think this is just a testament to the fact that a lot of issues in our lives can literally be solved by
With communication.
Yes.
even us, I say communicate.
It really
If it's us, we
starts.
might not.
Yeah.
It's a
But what
difficult
would you do
process
if
to
you
do that.
if you didn't like him? Let's start with that. What would you do in that situation?
Just tell him you don't like him
It's
in
difficult
the
though.
nicest way possible,
Yeah.
At the
or
same
throw
time,
hints.
At the
Ah.
same time, he
Yeah.
might not really be making moves. He might just, when people just have first personality.
True.
You now say, sorry, I've noticed that you're acting this way, that way. You now say, I never did that. Like, that is me. Or say, I never felt that way. You're reading into it. Like,
But I don't like when people do that. What do you mean you don't know you were saying this? or
Yeah.
that? Like you were,
'Cause I
you
feel
were
like-
intentionally doing you were intentionally doing those little things to show me
for me
something.
for me to feel like you are making moves, it means you have changed the way you have been behaving.
Exactly.
I'm not inventing. I'm not an
Exactly.
idiot.
Am I bad? All of a
Something
sudden.
changed, exactly. So yeah,
fair enough.
I think either way, communication. Even if you like him or you don't like him, you shall need to talk.
yeah,
And just say things early on.
Yeah, before it to now go far,
Yeah.
then to now become a problem.
Or like if he says it one time, he'll be giving excuses. Just say from day one, or I'm not really feeling it in this direction.
exactly.
Instead of waiting until the next time, then it now hits. Because again, you don't want to lose your friend, especially if that's someone that you've shared a lot with. So
Exactly. It's not important what you say; it's how you say it. So say it in a nice, respectful way, a timely manner. And hopefully you guys' friendship doesn't end that way. I think if you just talk about how you value the friendship and stuff like that, they won't feel
Or
bad.
maybe people are just friends because you're flirting with each other, so you can just cut that one off. I'm just saying the truth now.
but she's describing an unhealthy
Yeah,
opinion
yeah,
that
yeah,
she didn't
true.
keep going, which is fair.
Just face it.
she's trying to imagine different scenarios. That's a fair point because we don't have enough information here.
No,
So
no,
it
no,
could
facts,
be that it's
facts.
this or
Yeah.
Right.
a bit drastic.
Cut them off fast. Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so let's move on to the next section, which is if you don't get it,
Forget about it.
I'm just waiting for Sweet to say period.
I'm not. It's a new year. I'm starting anew.
Okay. So since this is a friendship episode where we have our friends, we're gonna be talking about
Friendship.
That wasn't planned, you guys.
Honestly.
insane. Anyway, so first we want to start with like the first stage of friendship. How do you get past that awkward first stage when you just like kind of don't know this person? You're still getting to know this person. You don't know if they like you. You don't know when to open up. So like in your experience, like how have you like gotten past that first stage of friendship?
Okay.
Who wants to
Well,
start?
I can start. Well, I don't know. Well, for me, thinking back in college, I think it's just like going out to eat. Like, well, first you meet the person maybe in class or maybe in an organization or club, and then you ask, "Oh, do you want to go out to eat?" And then like that's when you like start to get to know each other, or you start to go to like different outings and like start getting closer together. But like once you start opening up, I feel like for me, it kind of takes a while. Because I really don't open up as much as I think I should. So, like, it's just, like, once you, like, start feeling comfortable with that person, it might take a while for me, but, like, I don't know. But once you start feeling comfortable with that person, I feel like that's definitely when...
But how do you know you're
Yeah.
comfortable with that person?
When you know that, okay, I can tell this person something personal about myself that I wouldn't tell anybody else. Like when you know personally that you can say this to someone else.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's usually like spending, I guess, one-on-one time with someone else, like extended amounts of one-on-one time. Because I suck at talking to more than one person at a time. So I get very awkward very quickly. So I usually we really need to be in a little secluded area.
That's fair. I can see that.
Because I hate public spaces. It's hard to be myself in public. So I don't know that I could really, peel back all my layers like an onion. When I'm like in these spaces with so many strangers, I'm trying to get to know this one particular stranger. So, I think for some people it's taken longer than others. I felt like in a recent friendship, like I was in like that first stage for months, and then like we finally like spent some time alone together, like in their room. We were just hanging out, and I was like, oh, I think we finally like come to the point where we don't need like a liaison between us. Talk to we can have these independent conversations.
Right.
It won't be painfully awkward.
That's good. That's really good.
I would say similarly. I think once you start having conversations and you're able to like ask questions beyond like the surface level and like hear their responses and see how they react to like certain questions that you ask them, I think it's easier to like go past that stage, because it's like, oh, they get this or that, or they see things from this different angle, and there's just like that bond that comes in since like it's getting deeper with the questions you ask. Because I feel like there's some people, like I'll have a conversation with them for 30 minutes and everything we say will still stay at how our classes. Like, how your classes been? Oh, you were living your best life in the summer. Yeah, like that's what was going on. But some people it's like we're going deep into it, and it doesn't have to take like a specific amount of time for me to get. I don't think there's like a specific timeline for all my friends where it's like when I'm not having either that one-on-one conversation or conversations with like people that are like-minded, and we all come together and we can like just have good conversation. Then I'm like, okay, I think this person is worth like me investing more time in.
Yeah. I agree. Another thing like I've struggled with like friendship and like making friends and just even opening up to people is like the kind of person I am, and I've been told this is like I tend to match people's energy. So if you're moving like me too, I'll also be moving slow, because I don't know how to be the one to spearhead the friendship like from the get-go. I'm the one that like let's go on that. I don't know how to do that. I'm sorry. Except like we really, really, really hit it off. But at the beginning, like I struggled to take that initiative to be like, okay, I enjoy spending time with space. Let me ask them to get coffee or whatnot. I will wait. If you don't text me.
That's how I went to Shake Shack. We were going to go to Shake Shack with Simi. And Simi saw this girl that she talks to in class, and she was like, oh, I don't want to go in there. I don't know if I should say hi or not. I'm like,
because I don't know if we're at that stage where like you acknowledge me outside of class.
I get that though in college, because like some people like would see you and just not say anything.
Exactly.
But the thing is, when you start thinking of her, it's just like a 5-second thing. Like you
No,
would
for
die.
real. No, for
if they don't
real.
wave back, it's just like okay, fair.
just
Like
put your
I'll move
hand
on.
down.
It was a mistake. I actually don't know who that person
do
is.
not bring your phone out. Like,
Oh my god.
Yeah.
No. I struggle with that a lot, and also like I feel like the kind of person I am, I feel like I'm a lot as an individual. So when I meet someone, I feel like I can't be my full self at the beginning.
I was about to say.
No, I feel like there are different parts of me that make me me. But like when I first meet someone, I'm very, very reserved, because I'm like, I don't know if they're going to accept me for me. So because of that, I show them like 1% of me, and then I'm just dead. Like I'm very boring. I'm like, I feel I just, because I'm like, let me see, like and then from there I'll like say some things that like kind of represent me and see how they respond, and based off their response I know if I'm going to go a bit deeper or if I'm going to like retreat and be like, okay, bye, peace, it was nice to know you, that kind of thing. So because of that, I feel like that's helped me, because with a lot of my friendships I feel very secure in my friendship, because I know like when I met this person, they kind of accepted me for me. And like I feel like, I mean, I still struggle to open up, don't get me wrong, like but like it makes it easier, because I kind of trust those friendships in that like, okay, now we've got to that stage where if I can be myself around you, is over, because I can't be myself around a lot of people. I struggle with it a lot.
Same.
So with that helps me open up personally with friends, because I feel like, okay, this person knows me for me already. So when I'm going through this or going through that, I feel like, okay, I can say this or say that. So that's how I learn how to open up, basically.
And one thing with me, when I know I've gotten comfortable with people, and I think everyone seated here might know this, I bite people.
Vampire.
The podcast was this.
I'm sorry if you're listening to this. I'm so sorry if I've bitten you before, but it's because I feel comfortable.
She has to me, guys. She has done it to me.
You know, sometimes we're just hanging out and I get a little like glassy-eyed and like, you know, my natural instinct.
Is this a vampire or cat?
No, I've read up on this actually.
Guys,
She has done it.
Oh my god.
Please, I don't know if
And I
you
just
reach
think
this
you're
stage.
I love you so much. So
That's so
it's a sign of
cute.
love from her end.
Oh my
I mean,
goodness.
she doesn't love me because
we're never close enough, like physically. And if I haven't bitten you yet and we're friends, you know, this is a warning so that you won't surprise.
all your friends will just block you.
Jeez.
Oh my god. Okay.
I think for me, the biggest thing is getting past like that awkward stage of like getting to know how this person moves.
Yeah.
Because for me, like coming from high school, when I text my friends, they'll text back.
Yeah.
When I came here, all of you, except Chika, all of you have to text them in 5 business days before they will get back to you.
I'm
So it's
just
like
so
me
bad
that
with my
was like,
phone.
from there, I was like, oh God, did I know these people actually like me? Or
Yeah.
or like, do I call them? Because some people, you don't even know when do you even start calling somebody?
Oh my gosh, that's so
Like, when do we transition from text to FaceTime? Because I don't FaceTime anybody.
Especially
There's some people that will just FaceTime you. Like, when did we reach this level?
No, but I think like I
Some
feel like
people are good at FaceTime.
I feel like in
Yeah.
America, dude. I don't know if this is everywhere, but in America, people just FaceTime.
Yeah.
I feel like in Nigeria, it's like, oh, you have to wait until you get to a certain point. But I
Right.
think for me right now, it's usually with guys that I'm confused. Like, are we? Because I don't like. I will literally take 2 weeks to respond to your message. I don't like texting, and I'm like, how can I make this person understand that if we keep doing this texting game, you'll be waiting a month for responses. But like, I don't know that's FaceTime because in my head that's too forward from my Nigerian mentality, though. But even to that texting you said, Florence, like here, I was getting confused because the way that I text, I feel like it would be showing my personality. So I would use like emojis and stuff. And one time I asked Chika, I said, Chika, do you not like me? I'll text Chika, I'll be like, hey girl, I'll add 1 heart emoji. I won't hear, she will just say hey. I'm like, I swear this girl likes me. I don't know why she doesn't text me. She doesn't text me as nice. So me just saying, you know what, I'll be mean about text. Only 1 hey.
And then the people that will respond, because iMessage now has that thing where you can just like the message.
Yeah.
So people that will just do that.
Bro.
I do that.
Why you thumbs up? Please use
I do that.
Sometimes I get so
Florence,
overwhelmed
thank
from
you.
text. I'm just like,
No, for
It's just so
real.
much easier doing that.
But thumbs up though, you can use haha or like
Thumbs up actually aches my heart, guys. It's a serious
I only use
thing.
thumbs up if it's like a business thing, like or something like just okay, I got it. or
Yeah,
got
we'll
it.
do that kind of
But
thing.
now that when you say something serious, I'll not.
oh, if it's something serious, I wouldn't do that. I
No,
would
some
haha.
people do.
Chika, are you sure?
No, I'd respond and then heard it.
I use that thumbs up. No, because listen. If you thumbs up something, it means you like it. There are some things I like and some things I love.
Wait, but do you thumbs up or do you send the thumbs up? Because I think sending the thumbs up is worse.
That's awful.
Because there's some people that will send like the physical thumbs up.
I don't know anybody that does that.
Oh.
The only person that does that is my brother, and that's weird.
You know what, all like do the little iMessage thing.
Okay.
You'll see Zinny liked this message. I didn't love it, but I liked it.
Because for some people, liking is like acknowledging.
Yeah.
I'm just
like
not
that.
used to it, so it's still
do
taking
it
me
rarely.
time.
I usually go for the heart because I feel like the thumbs up is a bit too bland. I do it rarely though. Sometimes I do use thumbs up.
Mm.
And sometimes I use thumbs up so that you know that I'm angry at you.
I feel like because that's what comes to my head, that this person is not really feeling. But like as I get used to your texting, so I'm like, okay, they typically use, so it's fine.
Things like that with friendship is like getting past those like little things is very, very interesting. Honestly. Yeah.
Okay, well, you just you start learning about your friends. The longer you have them,
But
you start learning.
sometimes it's like the length before you start with somebody. But some people you meet, you just click quick. And also it helps if you see them every day. Because other things like, if I don't see you in like 3 weeks, or I see you every other once a week or something like that, it's harder. But if you see them every day,
because you have to be more intentional about like creating time for that person, which is not easy to do. But so when you get past that stage of like, still tiptoeing around and you become like friends and you're close and whatnot. So how do you guys call out your friends without causing problems? Because that's something that I feel like majority of people struggle with, because they're friends and you don't want to fight.
Yeah.
So how do you guys deal with that?
I don't actually.
Okay.
I cry. I call my sister. I call my mom. I say, my friends. And then I wait a few months and the problem disappears, or it's still there, but I've decided to no longer address it.
I was supposed to say, I thought Zinny did the best job out of everyone here in calling people out.
I think it's Chika.
Thank you.
Really?
Because Chika would
Maybe
just
I've
say
just never
as it
had
is.
like an issue with Chika to the point.
Sure,
that she
because
has
she's
to
very
call me
like
out.
straightforward.
Yeah, and Chika communicates very quickly too, so I think it's like easy to know.
But I feel like you've called me out before.
Zinny,
though.
I feel like Zinny,
Yeah.
And when Zinny comes, she comes like with her points correct.
Yeah,
So
she'll
it's
call-
like,
she'll call with
you can't even
receipts
argue. Yeah, you can't
too.
really argue. Yeah.
Takes lots of preparation. Lots of cry first and tell my sister comes.
That's fair.
No, that's understandable.
I mean, that shows you care. Because if I don't care, I'll just...
You just say it
just
anyhow.
easily.
Yeah. Or just not talk to
I
the
don't
person.
even know. Just cut the person off. I don't even... no.
A friend? If it's a friend?
Like if you're trying to
don't
avoid
care, if you
that
don't
conversation.
care. I think that calling out people comes in when you care. Because I feel like if you don't care, like you just...
I mean, not necessarily, because I like trouble, so I can call you out even though like I don't care about you.
Like I'll call you out and then I'll drop you.
Yeah, like what you did was disrespectful, just so you know.
Never speak to me again.
Period.
But I think to an extent, people say like, pick your battles. Like some conversations are just like, and that's another thing to like the level to which you prioritize certain people. Like, are they really your friends or is it just an acquaintance? Because if it was just an acquaintance, then you're like, should I really stress myself to have this conversation or let the thing die down itself? If I already wasn't really feeling it that much, but for my friend, I guess I have to push the extra mile and just make sure this is said, because what you realize, I guess, as you grow older, I'm how old? What you realize is that like it's just better to still this communication thing. We keep going back to it because it's just so key. But like, if you don't say it early enough, like you just see yourself having more issues. You'll be uncomfortable around the person. Your attitudes will change. Like things will just be seeming shake. Even the person will start feeling that there's something off, and it's just not comfortable at all. So again, back to communication. I think that's the like just being as open as possible. And like we're saying with Zinny as well, like how she would typically like bring receipts of everything. Not everything. So it would not be like be keeping tabs on you from day one. But like just like clear examples. Because some people are very like defensive. As well, which is why people also tend to shy away from confrontation, because it's like they will now bring up this or that. But like if you have receipts and you're like, I know what I was feeling and you can't tell me otherwise, then
if they start gaslighting you, are they your friend?
I mean, they might just not know how to communicate effectively. But that doesn't mean that they are right for gaslighting you. But I wouldn't say they are not your friend for long. It's just maybe they have poor communication skills, which a lot of people do have. But I struggle with confrontation. Like I rather just absorb everything.
I'll go and talk to myself first. I'll sit down in my room and talk about what I'm going to say. And then after,
and I get
like
there and I don't say anything.
And then I'll just say the one that comes out of my mouth. But I think like if I care about the person, like if I'm actually in conflict with somebody, like I'll actually be shaking. Like it would like disturb the balance of my life because I can't actually like stop thinking about it. Like I'll have to like continue to be thinking. It's either I'm like angry or like just overthinking the situation.
Yeah.
So it's always best for me to just say what I need to say. And especially if I care. If I don't care, it's hard for me not to care though.
Yeah. That mental stress is just heavy. Like you think you're done with it, but the rest of the week is just weighing on you. And it's like, if I just say this thing, at least to give me small relief, even though we're not friends again, at least I know I took it off my mind.
Right.
There was something Florence said. I'm just trying to remember, but when it comes back to memory.
Is there anybody here that cries when they're angry? Because I do that a lot. I don't like it because I'm like, I'm trying to be angry and I'm cry, so then I'm sad.
I guess it's because of the way like the situation is hurting you, because things don't feel as normal. But what I was trying to say was, when Florence was speaking, I just thought about how like we're like reflecting before you have that conversation with the person. It's not just so you bring out all the receipts, right? But it's also to see like maybe you also are playing a part in this thing. Maybe you were doing something wrong before. Like maybe I don't know. There could have just been something that was, you know, lacking from your end as well. You get to see, okay, maybe I'll also fix this, but you know, whatever this person did still hurt me in this way.
Yeah, approach it from like a level-headed. Because sometimes when you think about something, like in the moment you're very, very angry, and when you think about it, you're like, is it really that deep?
Yeah.
And then you're like, probably not. For like the little things, but like also the little things tend to build up.
Yeah. That's exactly.
So when you say get out of the way, so that when it's that big thing that happens, because friends fight, I feel like friendship is not going to always be roses and like you disagree. It's just like, how do you handle that disagreement? I just don't like fighting.
So. Fighting and conversation are two different things.
True. Because when I fought with somebody once,
physical?
No. But let me not explain myself. But please, I don't be fighting people's kids, no. But like when I had like this really big fallout with one of my friends. God, long distance friendship is so hard. But we had this really big fallout, and like we went. I was saying things. She wasn't as I was. She was telling me things. I couldn't understand. I was just like, you're not making any sense. She was saying, I'm not making any sense. So we didn't talk for like 3 months, because I was just like, but like I would look at her contacts and I want to reach out, but I'm just like, this girl, she didn't try to hear what I was saying. And then one day I just texted her, I was like, hey, just thinking about you, blah blah.
That takes a very big person to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have done that. I always let the other person come to me first.
Yeah.
It's bad, but like
okay.
that shows growth and good for you.
Yeah, but so sometimes you just need time apart. Just like what you guys are saying, just because I was like, at the end of the day, this is someone I value, so I don't want this fight, as big as whatever it's about, like to ruin it. Because I feel like people were too quick to cut people off, and I was like, oh, people are only your time for the season. The season is over. Please.
But there's some truth to this seasonality of friendships,
sure.
But it's not every
time.
Exactly.
Because like that's when I was doing research for this episode. I went to YouTube. The very first thing is like, oh, you don't have female friends. I was like, the very first video that I saw to watch was like, oh, do you have female friends? Something like basically saying that you don't like female friendships is toxic. Oh my God. I was just like,
I hate that.
When I saw the headline, I was just like, I'm not watching this. Like, can we talk about something else?
No, for real. Because I used to think like that when I was younger, that having female friends is so hard because girls are so emotional and girls are so yeah. That's such a stupid mindset to have. I don't even know why I had it, but it doesn't make any sense, because there's some sisterhood is so important, just having your girls around and having people that like kind of understand your emotions.
But it's crazy though. I also have male friends that I talk to even better than my female friends, which is interesting.
No, that's fair. Friendship is friendship, like outside of like the gender of the person. It's just a thing that people have like always be said, like girls friendship don't make sense.
The patriarchy.
I think it'd be so nice to have a good balance between male and female friends. Because I think coming before college, it was more male friends.
That's what I was telling
in college, it's like the ratio is like
360. Like it changed for me completely.
I have more male
than
now in college.
Yeah.
It just kind of plays out in a weird way.
Now I've always surrounded myself with women. I always will.
We laugh.
But yeah.
I have some male friends now. Okay, I know like 3 men on.
Clap for yourself. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, I was just wondering, like, what's you guys' love language when it comes to friendships?
It has to be touch.
I like food. I like friends that feed me, buy me food.
So do you love language as in what people do to you? Or what you
acts
do
of
to them?
service.
Yes, do you get to me food? I pay for
So
it.
then how do you... So are we doing what you want people to do to
All
you
of
first?
Anyway,
Okay.
just
So I
mention
just
what your
said
love language. Just mention what
acts
your
of
language.
service.
I like acts of service.
Oh wait,
Food.
I'm so sorry. Quick question. I always get confused. Is love language like what you want?
That's why
people to do,
exactly.
or, like, what you
It's
want people
both.
to
It
do?
goes both ways because the way you
Oh.
love people is the way you want to be loved.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
If you think about it though,
No.
like, but how do you know? Like the way I think about it is like, right? I don't know. Like I don't know if I just met you. I don't know how you want to be loved. So the way I would be showing that is how I think it should be. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like how I think I would want to receive that love.
Well, that's why you should also
That's
ask
how
though.
but see, people don't ask the first time. So like, what's your love like? Your automatic like thing that you would do for a friend that you would also feel like, oh, if a friend did this for me, like I will feel good.
That's
That's
fair.
what I think love language is. I don't know.
Yes, you can also say it in both ways, and if you want to answer it that way, but she's saying it more from like this is what she would like to see, and that's how she also show it.
I have 3 different answers, and stay with me.
Wow.
Okay.
So when like for me, 2 people, I like touching people. I just like getting, if they're comfortable with that, of course. Like, you know, you have to. This is when I know that they're my friends and like this is okay with their boundaries. Because there are some friends who just don't like being touched, and that's, you know, that's perfectly valid.
Yeah.
But you know, aside from the Biden thing, I won't address that. I just like being close to people. I love that human connection, the warmth of someone else. But like from them to me, I love quality time. I love seeing that, like, you know, like, you know, even though we don't spend a lot of time together, at least the time that we spend together, it's like well spent. You know, even if we're just like in someone's room, like talking, we're like having a good time, and I can see that we're both making time for each other. Spend time like 50 times. And then overall, I think if I don't know what that person wants and I'm not sure where I'm coming from, all that kind of stuff, I love giving little gifts. Like if I'm on the street and I think, and Simi's looking at me like, you've never given me.
I'm not giving me gifts.
Have we received?
Okay. Well, I can't help you people. But sometimes I pick flowers for people.
Oh.
You have not picked for me, Sha.
Okay, well.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But yeah, sometimes I pick like rocks off the road. I'm just like, I'll give this to you, XOXO. And I say this, but maybe this was just some Nigerian high school.
No, you brought some from Dubai. I remember that was nice. I never expected
she
you to
has
do
given
that.
me gifts.
So-
She said little.
Yeah.
I think for me as well would be quality. The top 2 would be quality time and acts of service. I guess in the way that I would, the way that I would want to receive love from friends. But I guess to other people, I guess I lean more towards like gift giving. But I feel like in my case, like if you try and get me something, like I feel like it'd be difficult to figure out what I would want. So which is why I'm just like, you don't have to give me a gift, but I would appreciate quality time and acts of service a lot more because it just shows like you actually, for me, it shows you care deep.
Yeah, I like all of them, all 5 long ones.
That was
Let me embrace all.
I do like physical
I think it's more a
touch.
ranking
I
thing,
kind
though.
of like gifts. I kind of like acts of service.
But I think my
kind
least
of like
favorite is
everything.
quality time.
You don't have quality time.
Simi said I like my time to myself.
No, it's just like I love making time for people because when people say quality time, I always feel like you always want to be with that person.
Oh no,
because I'm just like
no.
It just means you want to.
Like you, I guess you value that time.
Oh, okay, then I like
Exactly.
quality
You
time.
like it. You like
Sorry.
it more often. Like you don't want like you probably wouldn't survive a long distance relationship.
Yeah. Okay. I mean,
you could survive. It's just that when the person is
when
in town,
when she has long distance relationship.
on the internet, guys, please know she's lying. She's completely lied to you. Let me just make that clear. But what I'm saying is, even if you did long distance, I guess the time would be more value because when you guys actually come together, you can
because you are not
spend it
always
properly.
together.
That's what he was saying about not quantity but quality.
Yeah. Okay. I retract
feel
my
me?
statement. I think for friendship, because I think that I struggle with physical touch with friendship.
Are you sure?
I do because I don't hug my friends really. I don't touch them. I really did. Like one of my roommates in UWC, she was very touchy, and I was like because she was a good friend, but she was she's one of the people that made me even start. Before her, I've never really hugged my friend because she would just hug unprovoked and she would hold you like this. So I think that's something that I struggle with, but I'm trying to learn a bit more of friendship, like hug your friends. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't even know why I never did. But I never really hug my friends. So I think that's the one I do the least for sure. But therefore, maybe more acts of service and gifts. Because I like showing up for people. Like, if you need me, I'm there. Like, and then, like...
That's real.
Gifts. if I get money, I
used
go...
to feed me, so...
Who used to feed you?
Yes. So.
Say you.
Oh, I didn't... Sorry. Yeah. I just like that. I just like... Yeah, acts of service, I guess. Is that acts of service?
Yeah.
I don't miss everything.
I think
everything.
All of them are kind of related because you're going to be doing any act of service, then you're giving your time up.
Yeah,
but it's not particularly. I don't know, man.
On the personality type thing, at the end of the day, you're a multifaceted person. You're complex, so we can't technically boil this down into.
True. But I think if I have a man, I would want physical touch. But I'm not sure.
But you said to your friends,
so.
No way.
But my friends, I don't know. I'm learning, no. I'm still learning. But I'm still not sure. We'll see. When we get there, when we reach that bridge.
I don't know how you people have not had any man.
Did you provide him for us?
So
are you gonna find us one?
Like, do you get?
It's not like I have one, but it's not interesting. Where's my ass gist?
We could have been planning for someone's Valentine, like someone's Valentine surprise. Yeah.
Valentine is
No,
coming.
like for
Where's your boyfriend?
you are sitting at home.
Lonely.
Dang, we're gonna get ourselves flowers.
No, for real.
Period.
Well, I never got to say anything. But
Sorry.
You see how they do me. So, for me, it's definitely quality time. I love being the presence of my friends. So, for those that don't know, I'm in nursing school. So, I'm busy. And I drive here like 30 minutes. That may not be long for people, but that's a long time for me.
Going back and forth is an hour.
Yes, thank you. Just to be in the presence of my friends.
Wow.
Just shows them how much I love them. So, yeah, that's me.
Just looking at
Chika, so cute. We love you.
I love y'all too. Friendships.
Okay.
Okay. Next question, please.
So,
laughter.
what's your guys' opinion on keeping secrets between friends? Do you think like friends should tell each other why you guys gonna say each other everything?
American.
You almost jumped out. Do you guys feel like friends should like tell each other everything? Like, is there like a level restriction?
I don't think so.
You don't think friends should tell each other everything?
Like, Well, if it's if you feel like it depends.
Yeah.
If it's personal for you and you don't feel comfortable telling, don't tell. You don't have to say anything. But if you feel comfortable with that person telling them that secret, then sure. But
Yeah,
I
it
don't know.
depends. I can't tell everybody every single thing.
Right.
Even my mom don't even know, and she's the one that gave birth to me. So, like, I feel like you can have something that you keep to yourself.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I think the question is more like, should you? Because some people are like, oh, if I can't tell you this and that, then we're not friends. Or like, oh, you're my real friend if you know blah 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 about me. Do you get like? Do you feel like having some secrets, like having some access to some secrets about me, increases like the height of our level of friendship? Is what I'm saying making sense?
I get what you're saying.
guess.
I do see what you're saying.
Yeah.
But it's like at the end of the day, you're just one person. If you think like it's on one hand, it's not a secret that you're ready to share. On the other hand, you're just not sure how this person will receive it. Like no matter how much you like them and like their company and everything, you're just like, I don't know that I'm ready to share with anyone.
Right.
Yeah.
And like knowing this person, I don't know like if this is something that I won't share with them because reasons, because circumstances. It's like you shouldn't feel obligated to.
Yeah, 'cause I feel like people get to. Well, in my own experience, I feel like some people get to. They're too focused on the fact that, oh, you haven't told me this thing, that you're ignoring every other aspect of our friendship. Because, for example, I fought with someone because the person was like, I open up to you more than you open up to me. Like, you don't tell me as much as I tell you. But I was like, I don't have anything to tell you. My life is boring.
Sharing.
And they're like, oh, but you talk to this person, you talk to this. And I was just like... So I feel like some people feel like... So that from that conversation and just navigating that made me feel like, okay, so do people feel like if you don't tell me certain things or if I don't know blah, 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 we're not as close as I think we are?
I guess like somebody can feel some type of way if they like, oh, you told this person this thing and I didn't know. It's just kind of like, oh, like how close are we? Especially if you feel like you're sharing your whole heart and soul.
Right, exactly.
I mean, yeah, I guess I can see how that goes. But at the end of the day, too, like, you can have different kinds of friendships. But I guess that person will be feeling bad because you were their number one friend. And then...
I wouldn't say number one.
But if they saw you that way, though, that's why they're feeling
that type of way because... I mean, it's just something you just have to grapple with. But you can't really force somebody to open up to you, but I guess it'd be nice if they did.
I think some people struggle with opening up. Like for me, I actually don't find I don't find it that difficult to open up with people, but some people really, really struggle. Like it's like they want to do it and it actually hurts them so bad that they can't share as much. Because it's not like I said they're even sharing with their families either. They're not sharing with anybody.
Exactly.
They're just comfortable with the way things are and it's just to themselves. So it's like I can't really blame you since that's just how like you're trying to navigate that part of your life. But at the same time, like, I think the reason why people probably expect that, you share a bit more with them is because of that trust factor. It's like, if we trust each other, then I should also know this. And then it's that whole thing of, I heard you told this friend, but like, how come I don't know? It's like they're trying to weigh where you've placed them in your life. Like, do you rate this friend more than me? But sometimes you share things with people just based on like the level of understanding. Like, if I'm like, okay, Simi would relate to this more because we've had the similar experience. I might share with her not because we're not close, but because I'm thinking, who can I get like specific like I don't want to have to share this to many people because I genuinely don't want this going beyond just the two of us hearing about it, but it could then be taken the wrong way.
Exactly.
So
that's fair.
Yeah.
But I think the only limits as well for me would be like around like family stuff that I tend to like draw the line with people. Like sharing with friends. Like I might share sometimes, but I try to like limits what I'm saying because of my family's comfortability, not because by nature I'm not the type of I'm like, because I feel like by nature I'm like it's easy for me to share stuff, but at that point I'm cutting it because of my family and how they would like perceive or like react to that kind of thing. Yeah,
that's fair. So do you guys think like social media kind of like ruins friendships, or like because some of these things like I don't know. What do you guys think about social media?
I mean, I blame social media for a lot of things. I really do.
oh Lord. God.
But I think social media friendship, it can lead to people expecting things that you're not supposed to expect.
Yeah.
Because people tend to take what they see from social media and feel like this is how something should be, and try to use that as a mirror of how my own life should be. Meanwhile, you don't know how the person that's going to that got to that whole situation. Sure. So I think social media can put pressure on friendships, just because there are too many hot takes on social media about friendship anyways. So social media, is hard.
I think I definitely agree with that, but playing devil's advocate. I definitely also see how, at least in my friendship, social media has helped. And I think this is mostly just with like TikTok and the boom of TikTok. I think meeting people and, you randomly quote like a TikTok song that you've heard of. It's like this brain thing of, oh, you also saw this thing. And so like this is like just an instant little, oh, we have similar interests.
Right.
Thing. Because there's, all the trends and stuff you see on social media, it's a little easier to find people who might have things in common with you. So it sometimes helps foster friendships.
Right.
But it can definitely, like, especially hot takes, and people just see, like, the most anecdote you've ever heard.
Yeah.
Bro.
I definitely agree that there's benefits to it, because I feel like people always talk about, oh, this guy DMing this girl on Instagram, but there's also, like, I guess like girls DMing girls, that type of thing. Like there's friendships that come out of Instagram DMs or sliding. I don't think girls think of it as sliding into like another girl's DMs or anything. But like there's friendships that come out of that, and those also turn into lifelong friendships. So you just never know, which is like the great thing about social media. And it's like, oh, somebody's moving into your city or something, and you get to like learn about them before they come in and actually build something. So, it's just that bridge sometimes, and I guess even without it being a bridge, you can just form an online good relationship, like long distance relationship, which is nice. But my only issue, or I guess the downside to like Instagram, I don't know why I always use Instagram. It could be, I don't use the others that much. That's why I'm always focusing on Instagram. But like my thing with it is like, are you now the person's friend because of how their Instagram looks, or because of how like they look in pictures, or how they take their pictures? That's where I struggle with like social media and like its role in friendships, because I just feel like people are more than what they look like on camera. And it's like, if you're now choosing your friends based on that, like it could lead to more harm than good.
Right.
So that's the thing. That's the downside for me with like Instagram and I guess choosing friends or making friends or social media as a whole.
Because I love when like, for example, if we're friends in like when I was in high school in Nigeria, and then I put some on my story and then they respond, and then you have like a mini catch up. That's so cute. I love when that happens. Or that this person always like likes your story or whatever.
Or
that makes
always
you
watches
feel
your
good.
story.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I saw this person's watching me.
Watching me.
I get excited because I'm like, oh,
just certain people.
Yeah.
But I was trying to think of how social media affected my friendships, but I don't think anything negative has happened.
No,
like I was thinking about like Snapchat back in the day when we used to do streaks. And I was like, those are like different little ways that you can like stay connected.
Right, yeah.
So it's just like, and like how Simi was saying about like, oh, someone views your story and then like they slide up and then you have a little conversation. That has happened. And then like you like reconnect with
right,
that you once had, but I guess you're not really close to.
Yeah.
So
I guess the moral of the story is that social media can be helpful as long as you're not like using it as a standard.
Yeah. Easy to reconnect.
Yes. Basically.
Easy to make friends, not to like judge off of people's lives, or like use it as like, oh, these people's friends are doing this and this and this and that, but my friends are not. So does that mean that they care about me, or like something like that? Interesting.
But I think people also like at different stages of their lives, and social media just puts everyone together in one pot. So you have to like separate that for yourself.
That's another thing, like stage of life. Because social media, I just feel like, especially when you're in the same age bracket, like, oh, I grew up with this person has done this, and that. What have I done? Nothing.
And it's usually not nothing. You just
but like at that time you're like, I don't have anything to show, and then you just feel like,
dang.
A
lot of people are going through that, like feeling like, oh, I'm not doing enough,
Right.
including me, but it is what it is.
And I think perceptions too, because it's like I see this person post this way, so this automatically means that's all they do in their lives. Like they don't care about anything else, or this is just all that there is to them. When in reality, like Zinny was saying before, like there are different aspects to one human being's life, and like you can't. Some people are good at reflecting that, like they show their brand very nicely, but some people don't use Instagram in that way, for example. So you can't really get to know them. And if you're basing your judgments, how do I put this? If you're basing your views on them in regards to just what you're seeing, then that's not really enough. And it could, I guess, it could. Can you help me think of
it? You could miss out on getting to know like someone because you're looking at them based on just what they're posting on their Instagram story.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, that person is more than that. Are you
see friends?
That's why I had to limit my time off of social media, just because I didn't want it to like start influencing maybe how I saw people, like how I see my own life, because it's like it can be so easy to scroll, and then you start to lose your sense. Not genuinely.
The extreme.
She was like talk, and you still
including me, like I'm saying it for me. Like for me, like I'll scroll, I'll start losing my head. There's this guy I said following, like you will scroll, he will come up and he will say, "How you been scrolling for me?"
Oh, that guy. Like, stop. Scroll first. Wait too long.
Take a breath. I have to follow him because I say, hey, please, that's somebody I need to be seeing, because this my brain can easily like switch off from like one thing to the other.
Yeah. But I love social media.
It's so fun.
It's entertaining,
truthfully. I genuinely love it.
Until your mental health enters the chat.
This is what we're talking about with the extremes. This is what we're talking about. But
okay. I had one more question, because Simi asked me this and I want to hear the other person's point of view. Do you think you're like the sum of the people you hang out with?
Oh my God. I feel like I spoke about this with someone like 2 days ago. That's why, yes. Because we were talking about this. I think you are. And I've tried to, and the reason I say this is because I've tried to do it the other way, where I'm like, it doesn't really matter, just roll with whoever. You're secure, right? You know yourself well enough. I don't know if it's because I'm still young, maybe that's why I really was not as secure as I thought I was. But I feel like when you surround yourself with people that aren't like thinking the same line that you are, you start to see yourself drift off. It's like you start to doubt the things you were once sure about, like oh, I know this about myself, but since I guess we're all vibing, we're all doing this together, then maybe it's really not that deep. It is deep because you were thinking about it before, but now you're starting to like switch up. So I personally think that if our parents have been telling us this thing since, and they've lived for how many years, and it's on, it's not only our parents, but it's on the internet, people are saying this all the time, there is like some truth. There's enough truth to it, honestly, because like I said, I've tried it and it doesn't work. I think you really do need to surround yourself with people that are moving in the same direction, and you can see yourself like growing more when you do that. So yeah,
I'd say pretty similarly. I feel like I started absorbing people's personalities slowly.
Same.
Me too.
Even when people say, if you ask me half of the things she said, I'm saying to say.
Yeah. We say we've completed sentences the same way.
I'll just start saying phrases. Sometimes I say something and I like imagine my friend like saying the thing while I'm saying it.
Yeah.
I'm just acting a will out in real life.
Oh my gosh.
Like one of those freaky sewn together dolls, like made up of all the other doll parts.
Yeah. I was telling Simi the same thing. Like, even if you think that I'm trying to get my thoughts together, because now the thing that came into my head just went away. But
it happens.
It's like, even if you think that you won't be influenced by them, like just by hanging out with them. I was giving Simi an example. Like, if you're always hanging out with somebody that irritates you, even if you're not the type of person that gets mad easily, but every time you're around this person, you're pissed off. That's becoming who you are. And one day you check yourself, you're thinking, I'm not this angry, but this person just pisses me off. But you keep hanging with that person, and then you now start turning to somebody that gets angry easily.
Yeah.
Like, and then it's like you don't. Then when you now hang out with pleasant people, you're like, I didn't know that
life could be like this.
But like, I feel like people definitely do influence you one way or the other. Like, it's
For
either
sure.
with their lifestyle will start trickling in, or like what they say, how they do things.
Yep.
So, like, you start learning from them. Like, so, it's very important to be very careful. But that's just me.
Yeah.
Stuff, Flo.
Yeah, because I've had situations like that where somebody just pisses me off. I started to think that I was the kind of person that like gets angry easily, but I actually don't. Like, when you hang out with reasonable people, you start acting reasonable.
No, really, when you switch the scene and like you hang out with a different group of people and you realize what you've been lacking or missing, it just hits different. So I agree.
I was going to say the exact same things Zinny said, because I have developed different mannerisms or different sayings based on like the people I've been around. Yeah. I remember there was this one time that at some point I thought I was dancing similarly, like the same dances that Awele and Simi, like how they dance. I thought I was dancing like them. And there's this thing Simi does, like, or like, what do you do?
I don't know.
I used to,
That's something like that, maybe.
I have been doing that so much. I've been doing that so much. So you can definitely be influenced by like the people that are around you, by your friends. It's very possible.
No, like,
yeah. How do you guys manage expectations in friendships?
My friends, sorry. Your friends talk about their expectations.
That's the thing. You don't really. So then, how do you manage it? Since you haven't necessarily, because you don't go into a friend and say, "I expect you to be this and this and that." Yeah. So then, how do you manage what you expect from that friendship without talking? Because in my experience, we don't talk about it, like you said. Yeah. So how do you manage, like, when you're like, oh, but I don't actually expect that person to do so.
I think it all just comes down to like giving grace in different friendships, like, and at first I was going to say like, oh, there's like a lot of grace in the beginning, and then as we go along, they're like, cause my friends are like some things that I guess kind of expect from you, like, or at least like a level of communication that I'd expect from you. But at the same time, it's a crazy world. Everything changes and people change all the time. I think it just since it's really hard to communicate, like, oh, as my friend, I expect you to do this.
Right.
I expect you to do that. I think just trying to understand people, and when, like, someone doesn't meet your expectations, I guess also checking your expectations.
Right.
Like, I shouldn't be waiting on you hand and foot as your friend. But, like, if someone, falls your hand or something, you meet them and like, yeah, slay and everything. But we can't even talk about what happened. Or just like what she did wasn't cool. So I guess it's like going back to the confrontation thing, but still, like, you say these little things, or even like casually, like bringing up these little things, you're like embedding it into their heads. It's, what they call it, subliminal messaging about like what I'd like from you to do this and that. Because you can even just like, oh yeah, I'm a horrible texter, so it's like, please don't expect me to be texting.
Right.
I feel like in terms of that, it all goes down to open communication.
Again.
That's the thing. Friendship and communication.
They go hand in hand.
They go together. But.
Yeah.
I was just literally going to say what Chika said about like communication going hand in hand with friendship. I know we've been echoing this the entire episode, but I would still say the same thing. I also think that like with managing expectations, right? Sometimes the expectations might be too high because you also are maybe doing a little too much and going above what you can actually handle. So like the reason it might hurt 10 times worse is because you feel like you've given up everything, which shouldn't necessarily be the case. It's like you give it enough to the point that like, yeah, like this feels right, not necessarily that I'm going to drop everything, because in my own case I'm going to expect that they will give me back everything, because most people most people aren't really going to do that. So it's like
Right.
you just kind of have to limit. I'm not saying limit your kindness. So like what you can do, like in the capacity you can, especially it also depends on the time in your life. You know, you can't give somebody $100 now if that's all you're earning today. But like if you're, you know, when you're earning more, it makes more sense. So kind of like set that boundary for it. Okay, this is what I can do right now for my friend, and I hope that they would appreciate that, because that kind of lowers like that's extremely high bar you have, like you're setting on people who might be going through other things, and then you're just expecting that they're going to give you every aspect of themselves.
Right.
So that's the one thing I would highlight about like expectations. But genuinely, like I think just communicate. I don't think it has to be like a strict conversation where it's like I expect 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things of you. But like, you know, if something comes up, you know, you just mention this is actually how I would like for this to go.
So, but God has a whole Bible where He say what He expects from us. So, you know what? God
Jesus. I just killed. No, guys.
God tell your friends what He expects. Jesus, you know what Jesus expects from you.
If
so
you're listening,
please.
you didn't see Simi's face.
You know what Jesus expects from you, so
I guess try to be the friend you would want someone to be to you.
Do unto others as you want others.
And this is
that's
still a
the
biblical
golden rule
principle
of my
guys.
life. That's how I live my life.
Yeah.
But something my sister always tells me, and I've started to kind of absorb that. Nobody owes you anything. At the end of the day, when Jesus comes, you and Jesus.
It's an individual thing.
Nobody owes you anything. No, for real. Because when I was talking to her one day, I was angry. She was just like, okay, but they don't owe you anything at the end of the day. Like, all this one you're angry about, their own life has continued. If you bring it up, or whether they change it, they don't. At the end of the day, nobody actually owes you anything. Like, because you're nice to someone, because you treat someone in a nice way, that's because you're nice. That doesn't mean they are nice. And this is not even just with friendships. This is just with life in general. And that's something I'm trying to.
I'm hoping I can learn
that nobody owes you
I
anything.
expect people to treat me the way I treat them.
Yeah, but the harsh reality is majority of people want.
Yeah.
It's a fair way to think that way, but I think like I don't know, that automatic expectation that they would is just going to set you up for heartbreak.
Yeah, exactly.
Like just don't put yourself in that. Like if you're going to do something, do it out of the kindness of your heart, not necessarily because you're expecting it 3 months time they're going to do. Because if it doesn't happen, then
no, it's not what I'm talking about in terms of when I expect people. It's just like certain things. I just feel like it's not like you should give me back XYZ. No, like when I do things for people, I like to do it and move on. But it's just like maybe the way you treat me. Like if I treat you a certain way. I don't want to use this example because it was so recent. No, it's just like I made a plan with a friend and we talked on the phone for 1 hour about it. We've moved on though, but but like it's like he knew that he was going to do another thing at that time. And for me, like if I'm making plans for somebody and I know that something else is coming up, I would tell them. I won't just like keep it to myself. And like if I didn't call this person and say, oh, are we still doing this thing, the person will not tell me that. Do you get what I'm saying? Like it was so, like I would have liked the person to be like, oh, hey, like plans has changed. We don't have to go to
communicate.
Just like didn't do that. So I was a little bit like, oh God, what's going on? So I just feel like stuff like that is when I expect people to give me the same like courtesy of like, even if you're going to change the plans, please let me know. But that's just one example. Like that's just one example of like me expecting people to treat me the same way. But in terms of like if I give you something, I'm genuinely not.
Yeah. But also at the same time, common sense is not common. And this is not like an attack on the person. Just like common sense is not common. Yeah. That's what I've learned.
I think people don't owe you anything, truthfully. Yeah. But if they're not giving you that respect you deserve as a mere human being, I just don't know if they should still be wrapped into your life or still be going, because you know, like
your bag,
Yeah.
I mean,
I
in
rest
some
my case
cases,
there.
in some cases, it can be toxic. But I
Yeah.
guess in some cases you just have to tell the person that this is how you made me feel, and which is why I did, and we're cool now.
Yeah.
So it's like,
It's when it becomes repetitive, it becomes
Yeah.
toxic, and then
yeah.
it's time to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. But thank you guys so much. Oh my gosh.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you guys
us.
so much for coming on the podcast. Do you guys have any last minute? I say lies, Jesus. Do you guys have any last minute words before we depart?
Remember, my little ponies, friendship is magic.
Oh.
That was cute. That was cute.
Okay, quick reminder for everyone out there. If a guy or a girl is giving you excuses or telling you stories, it means they're not interested. Just take it that way. Don't try to think any further or be overthinking the situation. That's all I have to say.
Okay.
Where is this one coming
We have a
from?
lot coming. We love it. We love it, please. Chika.
No.
Florence.
Please, like, subscribe, and love us wherever. We love you.
Peace and love.
Peace
Okay.
and love, yes.
Sponsor them,
Love,
sponsor
laugh.
them. Something like
Alright, thank you guys for staying in with us, staying till the end. Make sure you follow us at Do You Get Pod on Instagram. Make sure you rate and review the episode. Honestly, let me not come for you guys. It's at the end of the episode, so let me be nice. But
It's Valentine's Day.
let's show love. You know, I hope you guys.
Valentine's month.
Valentine's, Galentine's.
Black
Enjoy
History
yourself.
Month.
Yes.
Let's be nice.
Yes. Yeah. But that's it from us, you guys. So have a lovely week. Bye.
Bye.